What is up, everybody? Ace here, and I am just outside my house and just going to talk a little bit about the move coming up. It is a hazy day here in New Hampshire. I believe the wildfires out west is contributing to this. But yeah, I decided to just kind of wander around outside and kind of talk about how the move's going to go. This is going to be part of my little move video where I talk about everything in preparation. It is currently July 26th, and the move, I'm supposed to be moved in by August 13th. So that gives me about 2 weeks from this Friday, I believe. But I'm actually leaving on the 9th of August. I'm going to rent a car on the 7th, hit the road on the 9th, and I'm going to spend a couple days in Tennessee with my old roommates, and then make the final journey up into St. Louis. So yeah, currently I am at the house by myself. My aunt and I share a car, and she took the car to see her grandchildren or to house sit. It's actually kind of good for me because it means I won't be going anywhere and spending any of my money before I move. So the plan for the move itself, I'm renting an SUV. I was thinking about getting a U-Haul van, but it's a little bit more expensive. It's actually only good for 5 days, whereas the SUV, while it provides less space, I don't really need that much space with all the stuff I have. I get 7 days out of it for about $100 less, and unlimited miles, which the U-Haul does not have unlimited miles. The only downside to it is that I'm probably not going to be able to bring a mattress with me, so I'm going to have to buy one after I move, which isn't too big of a deal, because I'm keeping the rental car until the day after I move in, so I'll have however much time I have on Friday, as well as, a good few hours, good most of the day on Saturday, to get whatever I need before I'm all settled in, and before I have to return the rental car. So yeah, the prep work is pretty much done. I'm just kind of waiting for the day to move. I got most of my stuff packed already. I'm kind of crunching the numbers over and over just to make sure that I have enough money to make this move. I do have a few $1,000s coming in once we sell the house, but it depends on when the house gets sold, and my aunt hasn't really made much progress on that. I think there's like a 30-day notice on the house, and it's probably about 2 weeks old by now, or a week or two old, maybe about a week. So shortly after I move, the house has to be up for sale and sold, I guess. So I think my aunt's just kind of waiting to be kicked out by this point. I'm not sure how that will go in terms of selling the house. I don't know if that means, I don't know what that means at all. But I'm pretty sure if she gets kicked out, then she won't get any money from the house being sold. I think she's trying to make progress, but it's pretty stressful. We've never done something like this before. So I kind of got to go into this assuming that I'm probably not going to get that money, or at the very least not going to get it anytime soon. I think it's best to prepare for the worst. Prepare for the worst, hope for the best. After the move, like I said, I'm going to have the rental car for an extra day after I move in. I'm going to use that to probably get me a mattress and maybe a microwave or something. Just a couple things to get settled in. Then I have to return the rental car on Saturday, and from that point I will be using public transportation to get around. I'm already looking for jobs. I have one that I want to apply to, but it's kind of early to do it. I'm going to wait until my aunt gets back before I apply to that place. And then if I hear back from them, I just have to tell them that I won't be able to do an interview until... Oh, there's a deer out there. I don't know if you can see it. Can I zoom in on it? That brown patch right there is a deer. Looking right at me. You can just see it. Oh, there goes the deer. Heading off into the woods. Bye, deer. Then after that, it's pretty much just living life, trying to see if I can build up my savings as much as I can. see if I can prepare for the next move. Like, I think it'd be a good idea to just start now and prepare to move as soon as I can. Yeah, I've looked at reviews of the apartment. There's not many reviews at all, but the good ones are, or the only reviews that are there are not good ones. So, a little bit concerned about the state of this apartment. My apartment in Tennessee wasn't that great either. It was in a decent neighborhood, which is the good thing. But, this one's in St. Louis. It's on the north side of downtown, and the neighborhood itself looks alright, but the complex specifically does not. It's really weird. All the buildings around it look pretty good, the neighborhood looks pretty good, and then you got that apartment that looks kind of run down. And then across the street from that is some empty lots that separate you from the interstate. But then you go south a little bit and you hit downtown. So it's like a weird small patch of not good in the middle of what looks to be alright. So who knows? Hopefully things go just fine while I'm there. Apparently previous customers complained of roach problems, but I don't think they're going to be the palmetto bugs that Florida has. I'm pretty sure there's going to be the smaller ones that Tennessee has. So I'm not too concerned. I'll deal with it. I also got to remember that my friend says he's going to try to pay at least part of the rent as best he can. I got to remember that I'm paying for, I believe, electric. So I think everything else is paid for. But I got to pay for electricity. So that'll be an extra expense. I was going to try to bring my internet with me, which might be an extra expense. If I get the job that I'm trying to get, then it shouldn't be that big of a deal. Because it's more or less the same that I'm getting paid, that I got paid at the grocery store. Just minus the bonuses. It'll be slightly less, I guess. As long as I get a decent amount of hours out of it, it should be alright. Worst comes to worst, I can try to land another restaurant job and see if I can get one that pays a living wage, and at least then I will get right around the same amount of money or more than I got at the grocery store, and I'll at least be able to pay rent and stuff with that. So it's not that big of a deal if I don't land this one that I want. I just want to do something different, because my life is kind of confined to restaurants, and I haven't really been able to make progress anywhere else. But yeah, I think that's everything I'm going to mention now. If I can think of anything more to talk about later, then I will bring it up. If you hear any outside noises, because I got the porch door open. But it's the final week. We're approaching the final week before my move. We're at July 30th. And an interesting situation has popped up, and it's gotten me thinking more than I probably should be. Originally, we were going to be set to move to St. Louis on August the 13th, and that's still pretty much a go. The only thing that would solidify it is me signing the lease, but which I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to do when I get there. There is another apartment in Minneapolis, Minnesota, that has also accepted my application. They actually want me to sign my lease before the spot gets filled, which hopefully it doesn't. The only issue is that they want me to move on September the 3rd, which is an entire another month away. In theory, it seems like that the Minneapolis move won't be a possibility. However, I've been thinking about it, and it could honestly entirely be possible. And I've kind of devised a kind of convoluted, kind of expensive idea to try to make it happen, because I would honestly rather live in Minneapolis than St. Louis. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the South in general. Like, I wouldn't mind living in a city like St. Louis. Minneapolis is kind of nicer, in my opinion, just by being cooler and having an actual winter. Also, the apartment is only $15 a month higher than the one in St. Louis. It's also nicer, and I would have a roommate, which could be hit or miss. The roommate could be good or bad, whereas the St. Louis location is apparently in a pretty bad neighborhood, and it does look kind of not great, which I've had a similar apartment in Tennessee, which went pretty well. It's still kind of, a little bit more sketchy because it's in St. Louis, so I'm not sure what to do with this situation, but I am actually trying to see if I can pull off a move to Minneapolis. The way it would work, the plan would be to actually drive out to St. Louis, but instead of moving into the apartment there, I would actually get a hotel for the 3 weeks that I would be waiting. I think it's like 20 days in total. I would, get a hotel and stay there. And I can do it. I can afford to do it, just barely. And I would have to get another rental car to drive up to Minneapolis. It's doable. It would be expensive. And really the main thing that this whole idea hinges on is me getting a job. Because I can make the move I can do the entire drive, and I can pay for the security deposit to move into Minneapolis. The donation pool that I've got set up has been flowing pretty well. I was able to get a refund on a video game on Steam that saved me some money. So I was able to make a little bit more to prepare for this. And hopefully I get maybe a tiny bit more out of it. And of course we're still trying to sell the house. And if that sells, then I'll get about $5,000 out of that. And if that sells in time, then the whole moving to Minneapolis would be smooth sailing. It'd be great. But I'm kind of going in with the assumption that nothing's going to go as planned, and it's going to be extremely difficult to pull off. Expecting that the house either won't sell on time, or Mom's going to get kicked out before it can sell and might not even get the money from it. It's kind of all on her as to whether or not the house ends up getting sold at all, in my opinion, because pretty much all I can do now is pack up all my stuff and see what I can take with me, be all the way out to St. Louis. It's an interesting idea, crazy idea, something that other people likely would not do, but it's something that I would be willing to try. But yeah, the whole thing would be getting a hotel for 3 weeks in St. Louis, to complete the move, because I can't really stay here in the event that the house does end up selling. Before then, I would have to. I think we had a 30-day notice that started last week anyways, so September 3rd is more than 30 days away, I think, even from today. I would have to move as soon as the house is sold, if it sells early. And I would probably have to get a job while I'm here. And I think that's doable, but I don't know if I want to screw over two places in the same town, with me, working for a few weeks and then disappearing. But moving to St. Louis is doable. The other idea would be to stay with my old roommates in Tennessee for 3 weeks, but I don't think that will work either, because they also have roommates there anyways. So it would be kind of complicated and crowded there, and I don't think they would be willing to go through that. We'll have to see how everything goes. Pretty much the idea hinges on getting a job in the area that the hotel is at, because the hotel is actually a little way south of St. Louis. If I can land a job in that town, then I'm going to go ahead with the Minneapolis idea. But if it doesn't work out, if I don't land a job by the time I reach next weekend, I guess, then I guess I'm going to go ahead with staying in St. Louis, because I don't think I want to move to a small town in outside of St. Louis and then have nowhere else to go, or have no money to get there. Or if I'm crazy enough, maybe I'll do it anyways, because I'm still going to try to hinge on the house selling before then. I think the majority of people would say just go with the St. Louis place, but I've never been the kind of person to just let an opportunity pass, and I've never been someone who settled with the safer route. If there's a more interesting and potentially better opportunity, or a happier opportunity even elsewhere, it's just kind of complicated to pull off. So, and it hinges on things going right. That's kind of the part I'm nervous on. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes.